So, traditional bulking advice, I think, is not designed for skinny men with small appetites who have always struggled to gain weight. Bulking is designed for people who are already at a normal weight and they want to gain even more weight, right? They're for gym bros. Underweight people, skinny guys, just need to eat a normal amount of food to get to a normal weight. The main reason they're skinny is because their eating patterns are super inconsistent. So 5 days of the week, they probably eat very normally. And then one of the days they eat okay, in their head it's okay, but really it's at a pretty big deficit. And one of the days they literally eat one meal and a small snack because they woke up late, they were working all day, or you were playing video games and you just forgot to eat. And you don't realize how much that one day ruins the entire 6 days that you were trying to gain weight. And when you bulk, the problem is exaggerated, right? Because you think you eat a lot of food because you're eating all the time, and you are, but your one bad day fucks up everything. Literally one. I've lost over a kilo overnight from one shit day. So instead of focusing on trying to eat more, you need to cut out those bad days first, and that's going to get you to a normal weight, and then we can start talking about bulking. Anyway, let's watch the video. I'm gonna speed it up because I know what's this video. I have no idea if it's going to be good or bad, but my assumption is
if you are trying to bulk up, you
not
are
good
struggling
enough.
with one thing and one thing only, and that is actually eating all the food that you need to. It just seems like it's impossible to eat all
So
of that.
literally what he said, you're struggling with eating enough food, and if you try to bulk, you'll feel that struggle, right? But I promise you, the reality is you don't actually struggle to eat all that food. Like, you've done it. You've hit your calorie goal before. It was difficult, but you managed, right? The problem is that you couldn't do it every day, right? So it's more about finding a strategy that lets you eat reasonable amounts of calories every day as opposed to trying to eat more.
That food.
So
But it
for this
really
video
is
to be good, it would have to teach you how to not have a bad day. It shouldn't be teaching you how to eat more calories or how to hit a bigger number on your best day, if that makes sense.
not that complicated. To make your bulk as simple as possible, you need to look for foods that are very calorie dense while also being really easy to get down. And I'm gonna show you
course.
exactly that. The best foods that will simplify your bulk. The first food is a personal favorite of mine, and definitely one of the most
Let's
effective
see.
bulking foods. I'm of course talking
Milk?
about milk. But when I say
He's
milk,
cooking.
I mean real
Can't
milk,
lie, he's
and
cooking.
not some
He's
nut
cooking.
milk
He's
garbage.
cooking.
Just good old full-fat milk, or even
I
flavored
started doing this. You see, when you wake up and you're mad thirsty, instead of going for water, just run to your fridge and just like gulp milk. I find I can gulp down like 300, 400, sometimes 500 ml milk, like right there and then. A liter of milk is about 800 calories, full fat. Always full fat. Don't be weird. So doesn't fill you up that much. And I'll be honest, that my stomach's sensitive to milk, but I still think it's worth it.
That
And
will
you
have
get
even more
used
calories.
to it.
It just
If you can
depends
get
on
raw
how much you are
milk, even better.
struggling with getting in your calories. The reason why milk is so good for
But
bulking
again,
is because it's all liquid calories.
does this prevent a bad day of eating? Milk actually prevents it. Out of anything he's probably going to say, it prevents it the best. Because if you know you drank a liter of milk that day, you have an 800 calorie buffer regardless of what you actually ate that day.
So you don't need to sit next to your
But if you're using milk on your good days and on your bad days you don't drink milk, it didn't matter that you had all these good days where you topped up your calories with milk. Your bad day ruined everything. Anyway,
table for 50 minutes trying to chew down everything on your plate. You just drink it and you're done. It's way easier and way
Yeah.
faster. As you will see in a lot of the bulking foods in this video, taking advantage of liquid calories is really important.
you can do it without liquid calories, guys. I
Milk
went
is not only
from
there
62 kilos to 78 kilos, zero liquid calories. And I did that on purpose just to sort of refine my methodology and make sure that what I do works. I've since introduced liquid calories into my diet because it just makes things easier. But it can be done without it, 100%.
dairy product that is great for bulking. We of course can't forget about all the dairy products
Cheese,
like cheese,
great.
Greek yogurt, and cottage
Yogurt's
cheese.
not
What you
good.
should keep in mind for all
Yogurt
dairy
is not
products
good.
is that you should always go for the full fat.
Yogurt's healthy. You should probably try and put a bit of it in your diet because it's got like it's good for your gut health. But yogurt is not very calorie dense, and it fills you up like super quick. And people eat it because there's protein in it. Like, who cares? Who cares if you hit your protein number and you miss out on your calories? No one. You stay skinny and your protein meant nothing. So yogurt's not good. Cheese is great. I hate cheese. I wish I loved cheese. That's another thing with skinny guys. A lot of us are picky eaters, so there's only so many foods that are good, but it's like you don't like half of them. So I don't like cheese. So the way I do have cheese in my diet, I like pizza for example, but I don't like cheese. Mozzarella's quite doesn't really have that much flavor. So sometimes I can make a sandwich where I can melt mozzarella on there and not really realize there's cheese in the meal. That's about it when I can put cheese in my diet.
Version, or at least for the
But it
normal
adds
version.
calories
Don't
if you
go
can
for
do
the
it.
low-fat version. That would be just counterintuitive to what you are trying to achieve, which is bulking up. But the one food item
Every
that you really
supermarket's full of
need to put
low-fat
on the
ingredients.
pedestal
Just
is
eat.
eggs. This is really as close as
It's
you
not
get.
about low fat or high fat. Yeah, he's right about it doesn't make sense to do low fat because of the calories. But really, what you need to be doing is just eating what the food was meant to be. Don't have like an altered version of the food. Like try and have the least processed version of the food. That's just a healthy advice thing in general, right? He's talking about eggs. I hope he's not about to tell you to eat eggs as a skinny guy struggles to gain weight.
To a quote-unquote superfood. Not only that it's a high-quality protein source, but the yolk is full of nutrients, and most importantly, it has a lot of fat, which you should definitely.
Everything here is true. It's high quality protein source. It's high quality in that it's very bioavailable, right? But you have to eat a lot of eggs to get a significant amount of protein. So it's like, who cares if it's high quality? It's super healthy. Yeah. It's got a ton of healthy fats. Yes, but we're talking about bulking here. We need to eat more calories. How many eggs can you eat before you start feeling full? Even me now, getting to 78 kilos, I still struggle to eat more than 3 eggs. Like, if you try and put 4 eggs on my plate with bread and maybe some other things, some avocado, whatever, like, I start feeling full really fucking quick. So I don't think eggs are good for gaining weight as a skinny guy. In theory, they are. If you can slam down loads of eggs, it's the perfect meal. He's right, it's a superfood, but it's like, you're not going to eat a lot of eggs before you start feeling full. You're not. You're going to eat like 3 eggs max, and you're going to be fighting that plate. You're going to be struggling to finish.
Not fear. Eggs are really the most complete food on the planet. It has
And this is what I
everything
mean.
that you
Like,
want.
this
If
is
you want to be
advice that's
healthy
aimed at someone who has a big appetite or a normal appetite.
and well-functioning human being. And one of the best things about eggs is that there is so many ways in which you can prepare them. Even if you
Hard-boiled
switch
eggs.
to soft-boiled eggs or just make a scramble out of them. I would recommend everyone to
I'd
add eggs to
recommend.
their diet.
Okay,
As I said, it's really as close
if you are going to do eggs, yeah, do scrambled. And here's the reason why. You can put fats into scrambled eggs. So you're not going to eat 4 eggs or 5 eggs. It's not going to happen. It's going to fuck up your appetite. What you can do is have 3 eggs, and while it's in the pot, put a lot of butter in it. Let's say 20 grams of butter. Maybe put a splash of olive oil in as well. Season that shit up. So now it's pretty much the exact same volume, but it's got the amount of calories that 5 eggs has. Yeah? Magic. Super easy. And butter tastes fucking nice, so you made your eggs taste nicer, you increase the calories, and you're not even getting as full as if you're eating 5 eggs. These guys will tell you to just eat more eggs, because they don't understand. So if you're going to do it, do that.
That gets to a superfood. And yes, I would recommend you to eat eggs even if you are cutting, because your body still needs
Yeah,
some
of course
healthy
you
fats to
recommend it if
function
you're
properly.
you're
That's why
cutting,
eggs are a
because
great
you didn't
choice.
recommend food that's specific to gaining
Also really
weight.
helpful if you are someone who is
For
struggling
guys
to
who
lose weight,
have
nuts and
like
dried fruit. Dried fruit
low
is
appetite.
really yummy, and it's also really convenient because you can take it with you basically anywhere and use it as a
I almost don't want to watch the rest of this video. Dry fruit. Have you ever tried, if you're a skinny guy, like I used to be, have you tried to eat dry fruit? Come on now, what are we doing
quick
here?
snack. And of course, it's very
Oh,
calorie dense.
it's calorie
making it ideal
dense,
for
yeah.
weight gain.
It's not
And it goes
nice.
amazingly well with nuts, and nuts are also really calorie dense.
This is
and
what I
easy to
mean,
eat.
man.
So when you combine these two things together,
Try and eat a bag of nuts. I've done it. I remember the first time I counted calories, and we're finding out what foods have more calories than others. The first time we discovered nuts. Guys, we're in the group chat, guys, nuts. I'm for a bag of nuts, 600 calories. Nuts are the hack, you need to eat nuts. I'm trying to eat this bag of nuts all day. Struggling to eat a nut, bro, like, pause. I'm struggling because this thing is dry, it don't taste that nice. I'm not even hungry in the first place. I have no business trying to eat this shit. Yeah? By the time my meal comes, I'm full because I've been eating nuts because I have a small appetite. Anyway.
very tasty
So
snack with a ton
these
of calories.
3 foods
So when
here
you
are
are
just
going
not really
somewhere,
that good,
take a mix
in
of
my
nuts and
opinion.
dried fruit with you, so you can eat it in the meantime. This way you can spread out.
Like
all
in
the
theory
food
they're
and
good.
eat it
He's
in
right, they're
one
calorie
go.
dense,
Way
but
easier than if you had to eat a
how are
multitude
you gonna
of food all
eat
at once.
dry
Spreading out your
foods,
meals into
dry
multiple
fruit
smaller ones will make your
and
food
nuts
so much
when you have no
healthier.
appetite in
And
the
when
first
we are
place?
already talking about nuts, we of course can't forget about nut butters.
Now he's cooking.
A lot more appealing to
Now he's cooking. You can't eat. Try and eat 50 grams of peanuts. It's long. Try and eat 50 grams of peanut butter. And not that I've ever eaten peanut butter by itself, but it's easy to get it in your diet. It's way easier. Way easier. Now he's
a
cooking.
lot of you than just eating nuts. I know that a lot of you love peanut butter, so it should
A
be
lot of you
wrong.
like peanut
Whoever
butter.
does
Let me
that-
find one skinny guy I challenge you to find me one skinny guy who struggles to gain weight that loves peanut butter, that loves it, that puts it on everything and still can't gain weight. Them people that love peanut butter are not skinny. They're not with us. These people don't understand us. This is what I'm talking about. You should still eat it though. This snack, I've seen it on every single bulker. Every bulking motherfucker eats this snack. This snack tastes like shit. This snack is awful. It's calorie dense. Like, yes, you need calorie dense food, but it needs to be nice. It needs to not be that satiating. That is satiating. Bananas. Have you tried to eat one banana? Just one banana. That shit is satiating. That shit makes you not want to eat.
Vast majority of fruits and veggies are very low in calories, which means that they are much better for cutting than for bulking. And that's because fruits and veggies are very satiating, and that's the exact opposite of what you want when you are bulking. That doesn't mean that you should stop eating all fruits and veggies though. It just shouldn't be your main focus. But banana is an exception, as it is a very good carb source. One big banana can easily be
I'll let him land.
100 calories, which makes it one of the best bulking fruits. One other fruit that I
So
would also
let's go back on that, yeah. Fuck, my phone's in the way, yeah. Bananas are an exception. Why? He said fruits are bad because they're very satiating, but bananas are an exception. Why? Because it's a good carb source. Who gives a fuck about your macros? You need to get your calories in. Okay, it's satiating, but it gives you 100 calories. Like, you need to eat 3,000. What's 100 calories gonna do if the one banana filled you up? And like, these people, they don't understand. Like, I genuinely have eaten one banana and not wanted to eat again for 4 hours. And they don't understand that. And so when they give advice, it's not designed for you.
One big banana can easily be 100 calories, which makes it one of the best bulking fruits. One other fruit that I would also highly recommend is avocado.
Yes,
Yeah,
this is the only exception of fruits. That is a very calorie dense fruit, and it's like, it's creamy. You can almost spread it on things, and I've found you can eat avocado and it doesn't fill you up the way a banana will. Try and eat 100 grams of banana and 100 grams of avocado. I promise you, you're more full from the banana, and the 100 grams of avocado has more calories. So you should have led with that.
Avocado is a great source of healthy fat, and it's also really delicious. I would highly recommend you to take a slice of bread, put a little bit of butter on top
You
of
can,
it, and then
yeah,
add a
exactly. You
generous
can
amount
sneak
of
the
vegetable
avocado
oil
if you're gonna do the egg thing I told you about with the butter. Sneak the avocado on top of that as well. Why not?
on top, with
It's
a
not gonna
sprinkle
make
of
it feel
pink
like you're eating more, but it is gonna add calories, and it's good for you.
This is one of my favorite snacks. The pink salt really takes the flavor to another level. Try it out and you can let me know in the comments if you like it or not. As you could notice so far, eating foods that have a lot of healthy fats in them is pretty crucial. That's why the next entry will be something that you might not think of as a food, but it technically
Olive
is
oil.
food. Yes, I'm talking about olive oil. And
Yeah, this is the king. This is the king. Every meal, I'm getting cold, man. Every meal should have a tablespoon of olive oil. Just put it on top. Easy.
This will dramatically increase your calorie
Easy,
intake
easy,
and make
easy.
your bulking much easier because it will add
One
absolutely
thing
zero
these
volume
bulking
to your
guys
food.
have not figured out for whatever reason when they make their
their
shakes, like, why not put olive oil in that? I make shakes with 50 milliliters of olive oil. Believe me, you don't feel like you're drinking it, but that's like what, 400 calories?
But healthy fats are not
Maybe
the only
more.
thing that we are looking for. You also want some carb sources that will help you grow. But before we get to the carb sources, I just want to quickly tell you that I got great step-by-step nutrition plan.
Yeah, he knows how to help you cut, gain weight, and maintain all at the same time. I'm sure his bulking for skinny people is very specific niche advice that you're going to need to get out of the mud.
Rice, pasta, potatoes, oats, it really doesn't matter that much. But they do differ in one thing, and that
Okay, cool. I was about to say, how dare you say they don't differ? Because they absolutely differ.
is digestibility, and that is going to be different for each individual. Someone might feel sluggish even after an hour after eating a plate of potatoes, and someone else might digest it without any troubles. You just have to try what fits you best. I know that most of you have never really thought about this, but if you start paying attention to how your body reacts to certain foods, you can avoid a lot of troubles. Imagine that you eat a big pre-workout meal, and even after 2 hours your stomach still feels weird, and then try squatting when your belly is feeling weird. Of course it's gonna suck, so try out different foods and see what your body responds to the
100%.
best. While we are still talking about carb sources, an honorable mention is cereal, but it's usually packed with insane amounts of
Look, this is what I would say about cereal, yeah? If you like cereal, eat it. You should eat food you like, yeah? So, I don't like cereal. I never really grew up liking cereal. I'm a picky eater. Maybe that sounds weird to you lot, but I never liked cereal, so this don't work for me. But cereal's good. There's milk in it as well. I don't really have many qualms with it, other than, like, I don't really like putting things in my body where the ingredients are things I don't really know, and I don't really... Like, I don't trust these companies, so I don't really like putting stuff like that in my body, but that's the only thing I would say. But I wouldn't complain about, oh, it's high sugar and all that, but you need to get the calories. You got to do what you got to do, mate. I want to go back to these
With those
because
oats, it really
again, clearly this guy doesn't know about our struggles, so I'm going to drop some game for you guys. He says it doesn't matter which one you pick, but it does matter because whatever carb you pick, you ideally want it to be something that you can layer flavors on and add calories onto without increasing the volume. Let's take oats. Let's say you're going to put oats. It's a weird example. I don't know why he's put it there, but let's say you've got steak and you need to have carbs with your steak, right, to fill out the meal. If you just have plain oats, like, outside of it tasting like shit, yeah, calorie wise, there's not much you can do to it to increase the calories. Let's take rice. You can put a bit of butter and olive oil in the water and then it absorbs it and it increases the calories, but it's hard. You're probably going to want to put a sauce on top of that, and now you're doing a lot of things, and now it might start getting a bit more filling, but it might be the play. Who knows? Pretty much the same thing with pasta. You can get away with a little bit more fat on pasta than rice, but it's the same deal. Potatoes though. Have you guys made mashed potatoes? Have you seen some of these French chefs? So I've seen a French chef go 1-to-1 ratio with butter and potato. Yeah? You could have a steak and mashed potato, and that mashed potato could be so calorie dense, would barely fill you up for the amount of calories you're eating. So when he says it doesn't matter which one you pick, it's like, well, it does if you're going to factor in the things that matter, which is how am I going to layer flavors if, by the way, butter tastes incredible, so you're layering flavor there. You can put the steak juices in the mashed potato and mash it up, and now your mashed potato's even nicer. So it's stuff like that. Like, there's so much that goes into it. You need to min-max everywhere you can.
packed with insane amounts of sugar, so I would recommend cereal only in moderation, or only if you are just an extreme skeleton and you have to do everything in your power
Yes,
to gain
you
weight.
should do
Now
everything in
let's
your
talk
power
about
to
the best
gain
tip
weight.
of the video that I saved for last as a reward for the loyal viewers. At the start of the video, we went over how amazing milk
Yes.
is for bulking, mainly because it allows you to consume a lot of calories in a liquid form, which is very easy. But you can take this even a step further. How, you might ask? Smoothies. This is hands down the number one thing that you should do to make your bulk so much easier.
Guys,
You pretty much make smoothies out.
I did it without smoothies, but I'm a big advocate for them. I think they're so good. The only thing that's the problem with them is they don't really teach you how to have a lifestyle where you eat enough food to maintain your weight. So when I hit my weight goal and then I started going on a massive bulk while doing this big weightlifting program, I started leaning heavily on shakes, and when I was done, I started losing weight super quick because I wasn't used to like eating properly. So that's one thing I'd watch out for.
Of anything, there are no rules.
He says there's no rules to the shakes. There's 100% rules. I'll tell you the first rule:
Okay,
don't put
maybe
oats
there
in
are
your
some
shake.
rules. You can take almost
Definitely
any
don't
of the
put oats in your
items
shake.
and blend
Oats
them
just
into a smoothie.
fill you up. They're hard to digest. I know we said go based on your body. If you think you can digest oats, go ahead. But I haven't met anyone that can digest them quite well. They take ages, right? They're always spoken of as this slow burner. Why do you think that is? They stay inside you. They keep you full all the time. Don't put oats in your shake. It's just, and they make your shake thicker, which makes it harder to chug it down in one go.
And easily get over 1,000 calories. Peanut butter, with
Yes.
banana, milk, oats, and protein powder, and
So-
you get yourself a smoothie.
Here's what I did. Peanut butter, yes, 50 grams. Banana, yes, very ripe. Not like this yellow one here. No, have some dark spots on it. You want it to be very sweet. Milk, 400 ml, 400 to 600. Cut the oats. I cut the protein powder as well because that shit makes your things thicker as well. And I don't really need extra protein in my diet. You can do it if you want, but I don't think it digests that well personally. And then what I did instead, 50 grams of olive oil and lotus spread. That was like my flavor, and that was 3 calories as well because that's quite sugary. And then I kind of cut sugar out of my diet, so I quit that, and then I have to rely on the banana being very ripe. But that shake I just told you, there's about 1,500 calories.
Smoothie with a ton of calories and protein, just the perfect mix. But be mindful of one thing. When you see all those smoothie recipes on the internet that say something like, make this smoothie, it has 100 grams of protein,
Mhm.
bro, then yeah, it might look really exciting, but your body isn't physically capable to use that much protein in one go. Once you get to like 50 grams of protein in one smoothie, there is no point in adding more. It's not going to be
Yeah.
helping you, it's just going to make
I'll be honest, just
Why
don't
you
even
might
think
ask?
about protein. Just don't think about it. Like, every meal you have should have some meat on it. Yeah? Just that's how you should think of protein. If I'm having a meal, it should have some meat. Done. You're going to eat 3 meals a day. Meat. Done. You're eating enough. Don't think about it. You need to think about calories only.
And do you want to be satiated when you are bulking and you have troubles eating
No,
all the food? Well,
no.
of course not. So don't use like 2 or 3 scoops of protein powder in one smoothie. That is just counterproductive. If you use other ingredients that have a decent amount of protein in them, then just add in 1 scoop of protein powder for the flavor and for the little bit of protein, and that will be more than enough. Plus, the protein powder is gonna last you way longer, so it's just a win-win situation. If you start eating at least some of the foods I showed you in this video...
Right, I think it's done. So, bulking made easy for skinny guys, and what advice did he give you? He said calorie dense foods, and that's all he told you. But before the video even started, I told you that your number one problem isn't even that you fail to eat enough food. It's that you fail to eat enough food consistently, right? You don't realize it, but you're having one day in the week that just fucks up the whole week. Your whole week of progress gone. So yes, calorie dense foods is really important, but it doesn't really get to the core issue that you have. And really what you need to focus on is appetite management, right? I'm going to teach you guys about appetite management in a separate video, but essentially you want to avoid feeling full as often as possible. You want to avoid this battle with the plate where you're sitting there for 30, 40, 50 minutes. I've sat down for an hour trying to finish a meal, yeah. You need to start creating a better relationship with food, okay? You want to start, the way I use calorie dense foods isn't to eat more calories. I use calorie dense foods to eat plates of food that are small, and I stop before I'm full. So now, when I used to eat an 800 calorie meal and I was kind of force feeding it and I felt really full and I felt a bit sick, now I can eat an 800 calorie meal, not feel full, and instead of trying to push that to 1.2k calories, I just stop. And now when meal number 2 comes, I have hunger. And the way hunger hormones work, like once you hit that point of satiation and fullness, that stomach stretching, it releases a ton of hormones that say you don't need to eat anymore. And skinny guys, we have an even more aggressive hormonal response to that. So it tells us not to eat for longer. So satiation protection, not satiation, what am I talking about? Appetite protection. That's like, he should have spoken about this for the whole video and then just about mentioned the calorie dense foods. And there's so much more to it that I've given you one thing. There's so many more layers to how you should really treat your weight gain. So I'm going to break it down in a few other videos. But overall, the video is not awful, but it's just clearly not advice that's designed for people like us. I'll be honest, it's just not.